Samba, that's kind of a faster version of bossa nova. We took these same chords and went. Samba is kind of a fast, real joyful kind of celebratory style. They use it a lot around Carnival in Brazil and Rio de Janeiro. Samba, great kind of music. Highly recommend you listen to some. All right, so that's the verse of Girl from Impanema. It just basically does that twice. And it's meant to be played kind of gently. You don't want to overdo it. You want to play it real subtle and laid back. It has that very relaxed vibe that's very unique to bossa nova, to that style of Brazilian music, bossa nova. Don't want to get too excited. It's not like heavy metal, and it's not like techno or rave or something like that. It's not that hyper kind of very fast, loud music. It's pretty gentle, pretty slow. So you want to play it with that attitude, like you're at a sunny beach in Rio. Laid back. All right, so we make it through our verse, and then we get to a second ending where it leads us into the B part of the tune. All right, so the bridge of Impanema. This is in C. It starts in C, but we're going to go up a half step to C sharp, so it all rises up a half step in key. Then it does something super interesting. It goes to G flat 7. Now you might ask, well, what does G flat 7 have to do with any of this? And basically, it's a flat 7 substitution. Instead of doing the 5 chord in the key of, say, C, the 5 chord is G. Well, instead of doing G, you do B flat or B flat 7. That's what's known as a flat 7 substitution. It uses this dominant function that it has, a B flat 7 kind of functions as a dominant chord that resolves to the 1 chord, C, the tonic chord. That's a lot less plain than doing G7 to C. It's a very normal sound, but flat 7 to 1, that's a less usual sound. It's a very 60s and 70s kind of sounding thing. You heard a lot of jazz and a lot of pop music too use that flat 7 substitution. So you have a 1 chord, and instead of getting to the 1 chord via the 5 chord, you get to it via the flat 7 chord. Cool sound. So anyway, we had D flat or D flat major 7, D flat major 9, D flat 6/9, any kind of D flat major chord. And it goes to G flat 7. Flat 7 substitution. All right. So we came from the D flat, the 1 chord in this new key, to its flat 7, the G flat 7. Now we're going to slide on up to C sharp minor or D flat minor. That's the new kind of key of the moment. That goes to an A7. Very cool change. Another tritone substitution. An unpredictable chord that would go in place of a very predictable chord. Alright, and then we just boogie along with a D minor. This is just a half step higher. To a B flat 7. So it's the same progression, just up a half step. We were here. Then we rise a half step. Kind of unusual. Jobim was really inventive. This is not your everyday music. It's pretty advanced stuff, and people still to this day look at this tune and analyze it like we're doing here in this video, and just marvel at how inventive this chord progression is. All right, and then it gets into a turnaround. turnaround is also known as a cadence, and this is the part of the tune that kind of turns it around and goes back to the beginning. So the way he does that is with a series of 2/5s. E minor to A, which is normal, except maybe use A7 flat 5, make it a little spicier. And then D minor to G7. And on the G7 you could use like a diminished chord, you could use a G7 flat 9, which actually would be really nice. You could do a sharp 5. A lot of things you can do to that G7 chord to make it spicier. But with whatever you do to your G7, that's the chord there. Flat 5 would work good too, because we're using so many flat 5 chords before. So let's put this all together. Here's the bridge section, whole thing, starting on D flat. To the A section. There you have it, the whole tune, Girl from Impanema, in the key of C, with a little bit of an explanation. Hopefully that all made sense about where the chords come from, why they sound so evocative and cool, and why tritone substitutions as a music theory topic is really important for us guitar players to know about. Just spices things up. It makes it way more interesting. All right, Guitar-Lalines, hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to click the notify bell, and I'm going to catch you later. Bye-bye.